So in terms of deploying fibre, it's the physical deployment. So access to capital is there, the business case is there. It's just physical deployment, which is all about boots on the ground and making it happen. It varies a lot by country. So certain countries have got quite good existing infrastructure, duct infrastructure. So deployment through those ducts is very easy. That's why in Spain we see very high fibre penetration because of the amount of available duct. In Germany, there's virtually no duct between the cabinet and the house, and therefore all fibre has to be sort of built from scratch. New ducts put in, and the rest of it makes it very, very costly, and that means that fibre deployment has been very, very slow. So it varies a lot country to country, but certainly that is the main barrier now to full fibre deployment. Yeah, spectrum auction and spectrum licensing and the way that the spectrum is managed is sort of critical to the effective market structure of the mobile networks and the mobile industry. So see the case in the States with the CBRS ban has spurned a lot of third-party investors investing in small cell infrastructure in areas, whereas in Europe the spectrum has gone to the existing mobile operators because it can be deployed on macro sites in the traditional way. So that intrinsically means it's a very different market landscape, very difficult to actually invest in scaling 5G networks as a fund. Because all the investment is done by the operators in Europe, whereas in the States, yes, there's opportunity to invest in 5G infrastructure because of spectrum licensing. So towers are trading anytime, 20 times multiple, even more, some of the listed independent tower codes, whereas mobile operators trading at 6 times EBITDA. And that financial arbitrage is one of the main reasons for the amount of towers activity we've seen. Operators release cash to either pay down debt, give to shareholders, or to help fund the active equipment associated with 5G, which is obviously not insignificant in terms of the amount of capex. So yeah, a lot of towers activity has happened. We see different operators have different strategies. Some are quite happy to go straight to a strategic and divest an entire portfolio. Others, particularly the US operators, have carved out pieces of tower estate and gone to multiple different independent tower companies, and then you get people like Vodafone is probably looking more to either institutional investors or sort of long-term infra funds and pension funds for that type of their assets. So different types of capital looking at it depending on what the operator wants to do when they carved out the asset in the first place.